everyone, and welcome to Time and Money Mastery. We are your co-hosts. I'm Indiana.
And I'm Sam. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our episodes. Now, let's get started.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Time and Money Mastery. Today is episode 3 of the Side Hustle series, and we're talking about short surveys. Do we rate them? Do we hate them? Are they even worth your dang time? Let's jump in. I have been testing these out for the last 8 weeks, I would say, just so I could give you like an actual real world testimony as to what I think about all of them. So basically, a bunch of different companies will pay for these platforms to send out surveys to their ideal client and demographic to get some feedback. And it could be about trending topics in the world, could be about products or like comparisons. It could literally be about anything. And some of the top profiles that I love are Pure Profile, Adapole, Octopus Group, Perkle, Humanitics, Rewardia, and Farron Research. So you might remember that Farron Research was actually a market research company that I talked about in the previous episode, but they also send out a lot of surveys that are quite well paid. And as soon as you reach $50, they will do a $50 transfer into your bank account. So I thought that one was worth mentioning as well. Now, the time that you spend answering these surveys can really vary. There's sort of no one answer fits all, but like the market research and like the mystery shops, it's conducive to the payment. So, you can look at it and see pretty simply, like a 40-cent survey is obviously going to be much, much shorter than a survey that's paying $3. So 40-cent one will probably take you a minute. A $3 one is probably going to take you 5 minutes. So it's still pretty short amount of time, but it just it's something to keep in mind before you begin it, because the last thing you want to do is start a survey, get like halfway through or 3/4 through and be like, dang, I do not have time to finish this. This is annoying or it's boring or whatever it is. And then you quit it and then you get paid nothing and you just wasted all that time. So keep that in mind and look at however much it's paying is going to be aligned to how long it's going to take you. Now, I'll talk about a couple of the pros and cons for my favorite platforms. Obviously, there's like a million bajillion out there, and you can totally do your own research and pick those if you like. I prefer to just do the ones that I know pay well and have been good for me. So my number one is definitely Pure Profile, PureProfile, and I'll have all of these linked in the show notes, so don't stress. But Pure Profile is awesome because it's an app. First of all, I don't like having to do these surveys through Safari. I don't know why, they just irritate me. I'd rather have an app that I can just check and go in and bang out a few and then be done. So Pure Profile is really high paying, and they're really great because even if you get screened out of a survey, whether it's the very first question or 5-10 minutes through, they'll still pay you 10 cents. And while that doesn't sound like a lot, if you're doing a whole bunch of surveys and, spending your time on them, you want to get a reward of something for that time. So this is pretty awesome. And personally, I've made quite a bit of money with Pure Profile. Like, it adds up really quickly. So I cashed out $70 last month with them, which was awesome. And there's another $150 sitting in Pure Profile waiting for me to cash it out. So as you can see, it actually adds up really quickly. And I've only been doing this for a few weeks now. The only downside to Pure Profile is that they only let you cash out once every 60 days, which is a bit of a pain because it takes up to 30 days to receive that money. It definitely took me a lot less time. It took me about 2 weeks to receive the $70, but then I can't actually cash out any of that other money for another 60 days, which is like annoying because there's $150 sitting there waiting for me. And I know that when that 60 days comes, I'll only be able to cash out $70. And then I'll have to wait another 60 days to cash out the rest and the rest. So it's a little bit of a pain in that sense. But if you've got the patience, it's a very easy, quick $70 to make. Now, the second platform that I like is Adapole, so Attapoll, and that one's good because I also get a lot of surveys through there They take a little bit longer, I've noticed. So Pure Profile is usually pretty quick and sharp. Add a poll takes a little bit more time. And I find I get screened out of those ones a bit more often. And you don't get any reward for being screened out of Add a poll. So that's kind of a downside. I find that like I might get halfway through and then I answer a question that just goes against their demographic or whatever it is that they're looking for. And then I get screened out and I kind of get bummed out because I'm like, dang it, like I just spent all that time and I didn't get my $3. So I'm a little bit less patient with Add a poll. But then again, like if you just have a little bit more patience than me, I'm an Aquarius, I can't wait for things, then you'll probably have good luck with Add a poll. I was able to cash out $20 with them last month, and that was just within like, I'd say a week or so of filling out some surveys and also referrals. Like it's like affiliate codes and you get points that convert to dollars when you sign other people up. So that's a pro as well. Then we've got Octopus Group, and this one is quite well known in like the survey community as like being the top paying platform. And I can definitely see why people say that. It does pay very well. However, I found in my experience that I don't get any surveys. And I'm not sure why exactly. I have a theory, and I think it's because like Pure Profile and Octopus Group might somehow be linked, because I found that I get loads on Pure Profile and none on Octopus Group. But then my friend Maddie, she gets loads on Octopus Group, but none on Pure Profile. So that's just my little theory, is that they're somehow linked. But the reason I still say it would be like my number 3 platform is because I have heard so many people say that it pays really well. And I've managed to still make a decent like earning from it just from referral codes. So last month, I think I maybe got 1 or 2 surveys myself, but I still earned $25 just from referral codes. And this month already, I'm at $17. Again, I haven't filled out a single survey this month, but that's $17 from referral codes. So to me, that's easy money. That's $17 this month, $25 last month, and I've literally done nothing but refer the program. So that's a win in my eyes. Now, the next one that I like is Purkle. So it's Purkle. It's a bit of an odd name. Now, this one does pay very well. It's always like in the dollars, not the cents. So that's a pro. The con for this one, though, is that there is no app. And for me, that's just like a must have. I want to have an app that I can go in and open up, and I don't have to like log in every single time and put in the correct browser link and all that sort of thing. So Purkle is only through your internet browser. But, you know, again, if you have the patience that I don't have, that's a really good one as well. The next is Humanitics. So I've heard really good things about this. I personally haven't done it because I'm quite happy just managing 3 survey platforms. I think that's kind of my upper limit. Otherwise, I've got too many things going on, but that's another good one. And then you've got Rewardia, which is actually the very first survey platform that I joined. And that was probably like 6 months to 12 months ago, before I got into anything money or finance related or side hustle related. It was just, I don't even know how I came across it, but I came across it. And I do lots of surveys there. And the good thing about them is they literally have hundreds of surveys that you can fill out, like hundreds and hundreds. But the issue that I found is I get screened out so much. And it just frustrates me, because it's like, I put in all my demographics, you know who I am. Why are you giving me surveys that aren't for me and that I'm going to be screened out of? I don't want to spend 5 minutes of my time entering information and filling out a survey just to be screened out, and there's no payment for being screened out. So personally, that's definitely lower on my list. Then you've got Farron Research, which is a great market research platform, but they also do surveys, and it's really cool because like every survey is worth like $3 to $5. And then once you reach $50 worth, they let you cash it out, and they'll actually do like an EFT transfer to your bank account. So it's cold hard cash, which is awesome. So yeah, these are kind of like my top sort of 7 platforms. I personally don't want to have more than 3 to 4 going on at a time, because otherwise it's just too chaotic. And I also think that some of the survey platforms do talk to each other. So you're not going to get like a million surveys for each platform. I think that if you do one on say Rewardia, you're going to get screened out of the same survey on a different platform. So just keep that in mind, is that, wherever you spend most of your time is probably where you'll get most of your surveys. And some of the other platforms will know that you've already completed them and they'll screen you out because they've got, cookies and all those sort of things to track your browser and to know what you've already filled out before. So all in all, here's my verdict. My verdict is surveys are good. I do like to do them. I personally find it very interesting and it's a really easy way to build up some extra funds. I think last month I did like $150 or $200, something like that. Forgive me, I can't remember exactly, just in short surveys. So it does build up and it's good extra, play money. But I would not put it high on my priority list. If I'm bored at work or if I'm lying in bed watching TV or, I'm on the loo and I want something to do, I'll pull up a survey platform and do a couple, earn $5, pretty easy, but then I'll put it away and I'll come back later. You'll be really, really pleasantly surprised at how fast they add up. And the more surveys you do, the more they'll send you. They'll see that you're engaged and that, you're quick to respond and things like that. So you will get more and more. So while it's good, I would say, kind of pick and choose, like prioritize your time. Your time is really important. There are definitely other side hustles that can have a much bigger payoff. So it depends where and how you want to invest your time, because remember, that is the one thing you can never get back is your time. So, is it worth it to you to spend 5 to 10 minutes making a few dollars here and there? Or is it worth it to you to sit down and spend 2 hours doing that? That's not something I can decide for you. It's totally your choice and just depends on how you value your time. So that's all that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and let me know if you try out any of these survey platforms. I'd be really interested to see how you guys go. I will link them all in the show notes and any of my referral codes that will get us both a little bit of dosh, because who doesn't love some extra money? And that's it for today. Want us to cover a specific topic on the podcast? Follow the link in the show notes to record your question in a voice memo or submit a question. So that's a wrap. If you loved today's episode, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and let us know why you loved it.
And if you know someone who needs to hear this, then send it their way and share it to your stories, tagging us at Time Money Mastery.
Feel like you're wanting just a little more? Jump on over to our Facebook community. You can find the link in the show notes.
That's all from us today, fam. We'll see you soon.